Roddy was mad because he was supposed to be the 10th man in the gauntlet match that Ospreay
before
won.
It ended?
Yeah. Before it ended, he's like, I was supposed to be the 10th man. I got screwed over.
Yeah, okay, pal.
And so he walks up to Tony Khan, and he's like, hey, I'm pissed. I got screwed over. I was supposed to be number 10. I would have won. And Tony Khan's like, yeah, you're right. I agree, Roddy. So, you know what?
Tony Khan needs to just stop agreeing with everybody.
Yeah.
And fucking put up a wall. Too bad. Ospreay won the match. That's the fucking point of the gauntlet.
Right. So
someone could win before you come out.
And the whole thing, too, with AEW. So now Roddy is jumping the line, and he has a match with Swerve tonight on Dynamite for the championship. So the whole thing with AEW is they supposedly have a ranking system, right? For titles and all this stuff and title shots.
Well, they did, and then it went away, and then Samoa Joe became champion, and he was like, let's bring it back, and then it was back, and now it's not there again.
Yeah, now it's gone again. So now everyone's just like, I want one, and Tony's like, okay. Like, huh?
I loved the ranking system.
Yeah.
It was kind of silly in its own way, but it also just it made things make more sense. Now we're giving handouts left and right.
Yeah. And it doesn't help, title shots being handed out like this does not help with the story problem that AEW has a lot of the time.
Nope.
Because they have such a large roster, right? Yeah. Where, he's just picking and choosing people. Okay, you're in this feud now. You're in this feud now. You're in this feud now. And they're just quick little things. And it's like, okay, it doesn't mean anything. But the thing about this is Ospreay is the international champion. He wins the gauntlet. And now he has a title shot for the world championship. And then also on Collision, he has a random fucking international championship defense.
I would have said before any of this, I would have just said, give Roddy a rematch for the, and then him and Ospreay would have had another good match, and then at least that makes a little more sense. And I will say I enjoyed his match with Kyle O'Reilly, and it was a really good match, but like you were saying, it doesn't fit into any of this really.
Yeah, it's just kind of.
I guess you could be like, oh, Kyle O'Reilly is used to be friends with Roderick Strong, but no one's fucking looking that deep.
Right. And it just felt like a random title defense.
So now we're it's an eliminator match or a world title match?
It is a world title match.
Jesus Christ.
Swerve is defending on Dynamite tonight.
For the fourth time on TV.
Yeah. And it's so Did you see Swerve on Busted Open?
I was literally about to mention that. And I knew they were gonna grill him about that shit because they especially have been very vocal. I mean, it's not good booking.
Yeah.
I kind of felt bad for Swerve though because they were trying to I don't know what they were trying to get out of him, but they were do you wish you were represented a different way, on your first day on TV as champion? And he goes, of course I do. But at the end of the day, it's not fully in his hands.
Yeah.
So there's not much he can do, and we're not mad at Swerve by any means. We're just mad at the booker, TK.
Yeah.
I don't know to what degree is there control on both ends,
Right.
Who's to say? But I think he handled that interview as best as he could. It wasn't a bad interview or anything. He was just kind of he was just I'm super grateful to be in the position I'm in, and fuck everyone who doubted me. I'm up top now. I think regardless of how badly he's being booked, he made history by being the first black AEW World Champion.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are behind him, and a lot of people are still behind him. So I don't know. It is just bad booking. It really just comes down to bad booking. Like, and how is this going to factor in? Where does Will Ospreay fit in this equation? Does he fit in this equation?
For tonight's defense?
Yeah, like, I guess, like, yeah, because he was Roddy's old opponent, but still,
yeah,
like, does he fit in at all?
No. Not right now, because he's busy with the International Championship. Like,
exactly.
If he... I think he should not have won the International Championship. I don't think he should have.
Yeah, well, because then we lost Undisputed Kingdom having any relevancy.
Right.
Will Ospreay's undefeated, so the second you put him in front of everyone, he's likely winning unless... like, my thought was, like, some shenanigans were going to happen that prevents him from winning, but he ended up winning.
Yeah.
And, like, he's a top guy there now, but, like... nothing makes sense.
Right, it doesn't. And so what they should have done is, like, have him lose, don't give him the championship, then it gives him a little bit more weight. It's like, okay, he wins another gauntlet because he's gonna get another shot, and then if he loses again, there's way more stakes to it, you know? It's like, okay, well, maybe he's not as good as he says because he got both of these opportunities and fucked it up. But he didn't, and he won the first one, and then he wins the second gauntlet, and now he's going to this match. So it's like...
Well, they're, like, afraid to hand a loss to him because it's gonna, like... It's not gonna kill anything. We all know Ospreay's good.
Yeah.
Like... I just... And like we said last time, it's like if you have him go into the match without a championship, then you suspend our disbelief a little bit more, and it's like, okay, maybe he could win. And then, I don't know, dude.
It's so weird.
It's so fucky. Like, I love Ospreay and I love Swerve and I love AEW and I want to see it succeed. But when they, like, this feels like 2019 WWE booking. It's just, like, so, like...
random.
Like, there's nonsensical, there's wrestling nonsensical, and then there's just regular nonsensical, and that's kind of where we're at. Is like, this just literally doesn't make any sense on just, like, a surface level, like, scale.
Yeah. It's so... They have a problem and they need to fix it. Basically.
Fix the problem.
Fix the problem. Or people are still gonna say that it's ass.
Yeah. I just hate the people that write it off. Like, we don't need to completely write off AEW here. Like, they're not bad by any means.
Yeah.
It's just like there's questionable choices being made, and
yeah.